Siddharth Rao, come on video.
Hi Siddharth.
Welcome to the hello sir. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to the fourth session of our expert chat organized by NCCN National Career Counselors Network. Our chat series is a result of the questions asked by the students in various forums, which get unanswered, which results in ambiguity and confusion. Many students cannot afford paid career mentoring sessions. The expert chat will support students of underprivileged section. Now may I request Ms. Kavita Rai, Joint Secretary NCCN, the counseling psychologist and career coach to initiate today's session. Thank you.
Thank you, Siddharth. A very good evening to everyone. Welcome to Expert Chat. And as we go further, I would like to share with you the Expert Chat, why we are doing it, and what we have covered till date. So I'll just share a screen first. Okay. So welcome to the Expert Chat. As you know, every Saturday we bring esteemed speaker with us who are veteran in career mentoring or in their specific field to come and guide the students about the various career options, how they can make the career path, and what is needed beyond just the academic thing, the skill set, the personality that is needed to be in that particular career. So before we go to expert chat, I would like to share with you what is NCCN. NCCN is National Career Councils Network, where we have today over 3,000, I would say, career counselors, mentors, educators, teachers, students, those who are there to and working towards empowering the youth. And expert chat is basically our efforts so that we can impact and guide as many as students we can. And we have throughout the session, we have already impacted over thousands of students, and we wish that this continues and we reach 10 lakhs figures by the end of this year. So this is our basically motto, to help them and even to understand that we take help, expert professional help for each and everything in our lives. But when it comes to such a big decision of our career planning, we avoid it, which should not be the case. There has been so many students who come to me after selection of stream, after 6 months or after 3 months, they decide that this is not what I want to do. This is not I want to do. Similarly, recently, one of the student who came to me, he said, I have done NEET preparation for last 6 months, and now I feel NEET is not for me. What are the various options that are available? So we have to sensitize the parents, I would say students, to understand that it takes a professional person to guide and understand what is right for you. All professions are good. In each and every profession, you will see the people who are legends, who are working really hard and doing exceptionally well, for the simple reason it is a profession where their personality matches, their interest matches, and their passion is in that particular career. To take it forward, we know the world is changing, and so does the landscape of career is changing. We know that the careers in another 10-15 years, 65% of those careers that exist today will no more exist. There will be new and new careers that will be coming. Why this is so? It is because our business are changing. The way we do business has changed. We have moved technologically. Marketing has moved more on to digital marketing. Most of the businesses are moving to cloud. Okay, and with the corona, yes, Even the way we work, we are moving towards remote working, home working. This is the shift that is happening, already happening. And with regard to the skill set, definitely, industry says that there is a skill gap between the academia and the industry. Students are having a degree, but they are not employable. So we need to understand there are specific skill sets that are needed to do each and every kind of job. And apart from your technical know-how, more than 70% employers feel there are other skills like communication, collaboration, and other 21st century skills that are must and they see in a candidate before employee. And with that, yes, the world is changing, so the future of jobs is changing. The future of job is so many new careers are coming. We never had data science. No one thought of data science would be one of the option. We all thought of sports as just playing a sports or being a coach. Sports management is a big market or say a career option with the so many leagues that are coming up, and it's just not limited to physical sports, to the esports. The whole landscape is changing. So who will guide you? The kind of options that are there and the kind of courses that are coming up. So here we bring the expert chat where every week one of the expert along with our Sunanda or me, we are the convener of NCCN. We ourselves are career coach. We sit together and try to explore all the possibilities and every nut and bolt that is needed to succeed in that career. So with that, I'll just quickly take you through for last weeks what we have done. So when we started the expert chat, the first session was with Mr. Saurabh Nanda. He is an e-learning expert, and we discussed on how to use online education to get ahead in your career. Because online education as a career itself has a big growth and has a great potential. Plus, online education as a mode or as a tool to succeed in career, that itself speaks thousands or millions of, I would say, bytes in other language. So we have the experts after every session, we are sharing the experts to understand. With the e-learnings, our screen times are increasing. To take away from Saurabh was 2020 rule that each and everyone you must have heard from now, everyone is using. It's like after every 20 minutes spend looking at the screen, looking at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. And yes, e-learning market is going to exceed the size of 375 billion by 2026. So you can see the kind of potential is there if anyone is looking to enter into it. After that, we had a session with Mr. Gaurav Sachdeva. He's the founder of Career to Success, and with Sunanda, where we explored the possibilities in arts and humanities. As a myth that there are very limited options are available for humanities and arts student, we busted that out. We have plethora of careers that are available, new age careers which are there. So we need to be aware so that we can optimize and plan our career properly. So Gaurav, where he's mentioned about the DU-CIC course, which is a new and an exceptional course if you want to look it into arts, language and stats. So many people are not aware of it. And then Sunanda has shared how you can get into IIT with the humanities background. So that was again a myth buster that IIT is just for the engineering. So last week we had a session with Mr. Sanjeev Gupta. He's a veteran in ICT industry. He has spent almost 20 years plus of his years into ICT industry, and he's a now career mentor and a life coach, and he's also a Toastmaster, where we discuss the various options in ICT industry. ICT is information and communication technology. So he shared in detail what does it include with the internet, with the broadband, with the kind of cloud management which is there. So the key takeaway from him was what will be driving the ICT industry in future. It will be big data, cloud computing, automation, ALML, IoT, and cyber security. And uh, with the adoption of social media, mobile analytics, cloud, artificial intelligence, the scope of ICT industry is humongous. It is growing and it is ever going to grow. And before coming to this session, I would really like to tell you about the next session that is going to happen. Those who are with us for the commerce stream, even they should attend it, because they can also look at the futuristic career that is coming up in cyber law and cyber security. It is the most in demand. And advocate Sai Sushant, he is among the few expert cyber law experts. He will be guiding us to the various opportunities and various way or career path through which you can reach to your dream career and exceed and be on your full potential. With that, we come to today's session. Today's session is career with commerce stream in machine learning age. Yes, it's a machine learning age, artificial intelligence age. And what is the scope of commerce, where it is going? So today with us, we have Prathamesh Kapte. He is a founder of Career Arc. He's a speaker, career coach, and NCCN mentor. With me, we have Sunanda Rao. She's a founder concept, career expert, Amar Ujala, and Indian Iconic Award winner in 2019 for impacting the youth in reaching their potential through career mentoring. So with that, I would like to invite Sunanda. Please come and take it forward to the vast list of careers and futuristic careers which are there along with Prathamesh. Welcome, Sunanda. I think there's some network issue because of which she will be reconnecting. Sunanda. So before we take it, career options for commerce students are definitely, as I mentioned, these are vast, and there are so many interesting profiles to work, and it's only what is needed is to play on your strength. If you know your strength, you play on your strength, it can be a wonderful career it can offer for you. So Sunanda, over to you. Please take the session further. Unmute yourself, Sunanda.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kavita, for sharing the complete insights about NCCN and the details that we have been using, from last 4 episodes. This is the 4th episode. So thank you for sharing us right now. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you for everyone who has joined us today, including Mr. Vivek, who has been a regular, person who has been attending us, Mansi, and there are a few more people like Siddharth who are attending our sessions on every week, and we are really motivated by you because you are not only watching the session, you are spreading a good word about it. Now, with this, I would like to tell you that commerce, whenever we talk about the commerce, the common myth that we have, साइंस में बहुत सारे करियर ऑप्शंस हैं, कॉमर्स में कम है, ह्यूमैनिटीज में तो बिल्कुल ही कम है. कॉमर्स वही बच्चे लेते हैं जिनको बिजनेस करना होता है, कॉमर्स के लिए मैथ्स की जरूरत है. सो देयर आर सो मेनी मिथ्स दैट वी हैव around commerce, but today we have an expert with us who would be guiding us that what exactly are the careers which are navigating with commerce, and what are the skills and what are the competencies that are required before we actually finalize a person to say that yes, you can take up the commerce as a stream. So Prathamesh is the CEO and the founder of Career Arc. He's based out of Mumbai. He's also a resource person of Niti Aayog and Atal Tinkering Lab. He is a person who has done his graduation and post-graduation and has been working with various forums on the career counseling and the career coaching. And personally and combinedly, he has actually impacted over a lakh of students. So, Pratmesh, may I welcome you to the NCCN Expert Chat 4th episode. Now, I would like to, ask you to set the context for today.
Thank you, Sunanda and Kavita. Thank you, NCCN. This is the third time that I'm taking this session. I'm really glad to be a part of this community. Today, basically, we will be discussing about the career options that we have in commerce, because commerce has been mostly underestimated faculty. Many of times, parents and students think, but there are really many good career options that are coming, and the way the industries are moving, and also current pandemic, whatever the situation has happened, so that has given altogether new career options to emerge. So we will be discussing about the traditional and the other career options, the new emerging career options, which will help to navigate through what career we should go with, in which will be really helpful for us in the future.
Oh, that's really good, Pratmesh. So nice of you to share the context on that. Well, to all of those who have just joined, I would like to inform you, Pratmesh is a member of National Career Counselor Network. And, as Kavita has already shared, the objective of this expert chat is to get into all the questions that we receive from various forums to us based on the career selection or on particular, industry thing, or maybe on particular careers at times on the subject. So this is our process that we would like to put the things in the perspective of all the students starting from the class 9th to 12th who can take up the things. Also, we are putting a perspective on graduates and undergraduates who are pursuing their careers, and due to the corona, they are thinking of migrating from the particular career to another career. I don't know how the things are going to happen. This is what is a question that people are asking. Most of the parents who approach me and Kavita or to the NCCN member, they always talk about that, ma'am, हमारा बच्चा साइंस में करा था, अब हमें लगता है कि साइंस कुछ नहीं होगा, हमें कॉमर्स में लेके आना है. And one of the reason why we have expert Pratmesh with us today is because he is a person who has maximum, his career mentoring has been done in commerce, and that's the reason over a lakh of people that he has done. Almost 30,000 plus students he has mentored for the careers in commerce. So, Pratmesh, before we actually hit the ground, I would like to ask you, as a career coach, what is the first thing that you look at when you are, suggesting someone to take up the commerce? So, is it a personality, aptitude, or interest? What do you take care of and ask them?
So, Suranda, before selecting commerce as a career, the three areas which you mentioned, aptitude, personality, and the interest, they really matters. But apart from that, certain set of skill sets also student need to learn. While some of the students, they do have those skill sets, like say good communication skills, because commerce is all about putting the numbers in the proper way, presentation skills, that is really needed. So it is visual and written communication skills are really needed to be at the par. Apart from this, good analytical skills, logical reasoning, uh, good understanding of the numbers, and also understanding of the market and the commerce and the trading industry. So these are some of the skill sets that student really need to have a good knack of these. So it's not like everyone borns with these skills, but definitely these skills can be developed with the understanding, and with learning these skill sets the student can excel in the commerce industry very well.
That's well said. So what you're saying is the skill sets are very much required, and as a career coach, whenever you're suggesting someone on to for the science commerce stream, you ensure that the skill sets are measured properly so that they can navigate into it. Also, when we talk about commerce, we say that accountancy, business studies, economics, mathematics are the major subjects for commerce. Now, that means someone has to be very good in analyzing data, crunching numbers, and interpreting statistics. What do you say, Pratmesh, about it? That what are the additional competencies that are required by the students? One is you already mentioned, but in the personality aspect, if we go by either Holland theory or by the DISC theory or any other thing. So, what exactly are you looking at a personality aspect? we can take up any of the career option, but personality is something that everyone can actually see ये मेरी personality है या नहीं, तो कैसे कर सकते हैं? So if you can just share a bit about it.
So when it comes to the commerce, it is like being logical why you are putting the data, or what is the logic behind that. That is really very important, that you need to reason out. So basically logical reasoning is something is very much needed. At times the students has to deal with the teams, so they have to work with the team, so they should have a good enterprising or the leadership skills. So that is also something that student in personality will look for. And yeah, so apart from this, having a good analytical skill sets, those are really very important. And being very having a minute observation, because commerce is such kind of field that a digit's misplacement can lead to profits or to the loss. So that you should be really very uh, particular with that what you are putting and where the mistake is. So rectifying the errors and identifying them and fixing them, that is something. So these are the skill sets that you will see in science also and commerce also. So commerce also needs these skill sets on a larger scale.
Okay, so what you're saying is analyzing, number crunching, and enterprising and logical. These are the skill set that you are looking at, when you're looking at a person. Well, we use two kinds of theory for the, stream selection. One is the Holland one is the, disk theory, which is by Thomas. Now, in this, what we actually look at, as a career coach is first thing is we ensure that the student is having, someone who is very good with eye in details. As you said, one figure up or one figure down can actually bring the balance sheet all together. So what we are looking at is the person should have attention to eye to detail. That is consciousness is something that we are actually looking for. At the same time, when we are looking at a person who has to be commerce driven and with the CEO kind of profile that he is looking for, someone should be very, very high on their dominant style, that very much forceful, someone who can result oriented. So these are the things that we actually look at. There are other theories also, but when we are using the Holland code, yes, as you have mentioned very clearly, enterprising is one skill that is required. Conventional is another skill that is required for a student so that they can follow the procedure. And commerce is more related to having a monotonous kind of thing, whether it is an investment banker, whether it's an actuary, as a banker or anyone, everyone has to use that. So Pratnesh, you were mentioning that you have a PPT which has to be shared with the people. You have made it a format of that. Can you
Yes,
please share so that we can understand pictorially? As the visual memories are the most strongest memories, sometimes what we talk we might not remember.
absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. So commerce in machine learning age. First of all, I would like to know what is machine learning age, because us might not know what is machine learning age. If you can just share a bit about it.
So, machine learning age is nothing but usage of the technology in the commerce arena. So, as we are hearing a lot about artificial intelligence, Python, and machine learning being widely used, so this is nothing but the integration of the technology in the commerce career option. So, basically, we try to use the software. So, you might have seen many of the platforms, the fintech startups like Zerodha, or you say any other startup. So they are using these kind of machine learning systems. So where you when you go onto their platform for the investments part, so they just with whatever you are looking for. So if I'm looking that I should have a mutual fund which will give me good returns, so they will immediately, once I do the research or the search button, and I get the mutual funds option. So this is like they are crunching the data and using the code words, or the what we say, the words which will help you the technology to understand, okay, what you are looking for, and giving the solutions in that perspective. So that is called as the machine learning age in commerce industry right now.
Very good. Yeah.
So we'll go to the next slide. So I will just give a brief here about the commerce. So as we are talking, so some students would be now have cleared 10th, or some are in have cleared 12th, or they are in 10th or 12th grades. So basically, commerce is one of the faculty that exists from centuries, because trading has been everywhere happening. So definitely, commerce has been the backbone of any of the country's economy, and everyone could now hear or listen like the economies of the countries of because of the pandemic has gone down, or has been really affected very badly. So that's why commerce plays a very important role in overall this is very a holistic field if we really see, because commerce doesn't stick to only working in the commerce industry, but it also caters to your humanities part. It also caters to the scientific and technology. All these, everywhere you need the finance, you need to work around with the people, with the vendors. So that's why it's a very holistic field where you can have career opportunities in any of the streams. Accounting and auditing are basically very common terms that we hear, and we have been listening that okay, in commerce what are the career options, so it's accounting or auditing that we usually hear. So definitely it provides many career opportunities that we'll be exploring. So earlier few careers were there, which now will be changing to some other occupations now, and that we need to really understand what will be the next for us. Commerce is again one of the field like no other, that gives you a global platform to make your career. So even if I have done the investment banking from India, and if I'm working with Indian organization right now, but maybe in down the line 2 3 years I would see myself that I'm working in some any other foreign country with some other organization, or with some of the bank of the foreign. So definitely the commerce industry takes you to the countries, from one country to another, and it is up to you how much you want to develop yourself in the career of commerce. So usually some of the subjects that are really needed to be studied, or which are really the main crux of the commerce, is the bookkeeping or accounts, what we call it as, because on this subject only overall we work around and we do our career. So and we come across and we do deal with this subject in every day. It's not like something you are just learning and you are not going to practice it, but this accounts or bookkeeping subject is not only theoretically applicable but also practically in your careers it's applicable. Secretarial practice, this is also one of the area where it is one of the part of the commerce, so that is also needed to be learned by the students. Organization of commerce, yes, commerce is such kind of a faculty where the organization of anything or planning is very much needed. It cannot happen like just आया है and करके चले जाते हैं. So it has to have some certain plan. So definitely OC also plays a major role. Economics, yes, economics again is one of the other important subject, because economy is really needed for the any country's growth or an individual growth also. So economics, understanding the market trend and the supply demand, these some of the things we need to really understand. So this is also one of the part. As we deal with the numbers in commerce, and at times we need to go with the applied mathematics or business mathematics, what we call. So if we study maths, so maths is also one of the subject that really plays a very important role when it comes to the studies of the commerce. So these are the five subjects that we really study, and we really need to have a knowledge when we are thinking to make a career in commerce. So
Pratmesh,
yes,
here I have a question. When you spoke about investment banking, this is a new term that we have been hearing, and Student of the Year picture,
hmm,
where Siddharth Malhotra was an investment banker. This
right,
career actually has got a spotlight. So most of the time, we all are picking up some of the careers, and or we are having a dream career based on the choice of what our superhero has done in particular picture, or what has happened in a particular series. So as I was mentioning, that my son is quite inspired by CID, and he is more focusing on that he should be something on a ethical hacking or something on the cyber security. So there are certain times where the things are going like this. So I would like to know from you, uh, before we go in depth about what are the traditional careers, what are the conventional career, before that, if you can just share what is investment banking and what kind of people should go for that.
Okay. So this is really a very booming career, and many students, they are not aware. They just have heard this term. So we'll just try to break it up. Investment banker is basically a professional who works with the banks or with the financial institutes, guiding them or handling their finances or whatever the profits they have. So how that can be invested in which instruments, and how we can earn the interest from that. So basically you do nothing but you take a lump sum amount of the organizations, and you invest in different instruments which are available in the market. So you study the market trend, how it is happening. So like, say for an example, you are working with Axis Bank, and Axis Bank appoints you as the investment banker. And so what is your role here? So you have to study how the market is working around, what the Axis Bank is getting the revenue, and from that revenue, what amount of or what percentage of amount will be invested, say in equity market, say in government bonds, or in FDs. So in this way, you bifurcate your investments in different instruments which are available in the market, and you earn the interest on that. So you make sure that the whatever you are investing, you are getting the good returns of that. So basically investment bankers work with the financial institutes, corporates, or banks.
Thank you so much, Pratmesh. Please carry on. I'm so sorry I interrupted you.
That's fine. So we have some traditional careers here, so which we have heard about it, and which we see some of the other person in our family, or say our siblings must have done these courses. So BCom, MCom is very common. That is called as after 12th you do the general graduation, and the MCom is the master's program. After completion of your BCom, you go ahead with MCom course. So with BCom, few of the students, they also think to go with CA, that is the chartered accountant. So this is also very famous and very renowned career option, which many of the students we see around who are in especially into commerce, they think to go for chartered accountant. So chartered accountant is none other the person but who takes care of your balance sheet, not only as an individual, but also it works with the organization, banks again, and it makes sure that your balance sheet is up to the date, and it helps you to file your returns, tax returns. So it could be your IT, or it could be direct or indirect taxes. CMA is earlier it was called as ICWA. So CMA right now is cost and management accountant. So this is a person who takes works in the manufacturing industry basically, and tries to come up with the what should be the final product costing of the product, so that can be sold out in the market at the same price across the country. So the CMA has a big role to play in the manufacturing industry. So this person takes care from right away from the procurement of the raw material to its final product to be manufactured, what would be the cost and what should be the selling cost of it. So this is what the CMA person works as. Banking is also some of the common career option that we have heard from since long ages, because commerce student usually anyone here, so they think that okay, the person would be working as an accountant or working in the banks. Okay, so that is definitely one of the career option, and still it exists. Teaching in commerce is also available, not necessary only in commerce. You can do teaching, so you can be a professor, or you can also cater to any other kind of a teaching, so a school teacher, or say a college professor in commerce. So that is some of the these are the some of the traditional career options we have here. So this is something that I gave a highlight about the traditional career options. Now next we will be exploring is about the new age careers. So these are really new careers, because from a decade they have started to get into the industry and they have been dominating a lot the industry. So a student who really wants to go with the industry flow, so they should consider these career options, because these are the career options that will really take you long. So management, everyone knows about management nowadays. Everyone thinks to go for MBA program, but after 12th also you have the management programs, that is we call it as the graduation degrees, like a BBA or BBM. These are some of the career options, which furthermore you can take up with MBA program. In MBA you can do HR, finance, marketing. In this way we have n number of specializations which a student can take as per their interest. Company secretary is again somewhat a new career avenue that has opened in some decades time. So a student who is really keen on working in the legal departments or the legal parts of the banks, so they can think of taking up the company secretary. So this is also one of the great career option, and there is a lot of demand of the company secretaries, qualified company secretaries, especially in the industry. So a student can really think about this. Next is the certified financial planner. This is very what we say unknown career option to the students, because it's not that much highlighted. But if you see in the uh, financial sector, it is very well known and very respected career profession considered nowadays, because in across India, certified financial planner, what we have the number is only 1% of the population. So there is a higher scope to have a lot of career demand in this. So certified financial planner is nothing but a person who helps an individual or the organizations to plan their finances, whatever the revenues they are generating, how to go around with that and where to invest. Okay, so they just create a plan for you, or they keep on guiding what should be the next step. So these are really a good career option. With certified financial planner, I would just like to share one of the information here. So with certified financial planner, there is one more career option that comes as the para planner. So but this profession doesn't exist in India, but in New Zealand para planner have a lot of demand. So if you really think catering to other countries, so certified financial planner have the plus point that its certification is recognized across 24 countries. So a student even completes this course in India, he can also think to get an employment in any other country where this certification is valid or considered. So like New Zealand or Singapore or say US, all these places, this certified financial planner is globally accepted. So student can think in that perspective. Next we have digital marketing. Yes, digital marketing, it is kind of a field which doesn't really require to come from any particular faculty, but digital marketing has been a like a booming industry these days. And looking at the current situation of pandemic, so digital marketing have got a lot of boom, because the other modes of marketing have gone down, but digital marketing has stayed there itself. So also what we are doing webinars today, or whatever we are attending the webinars, it is kind of a digital marketing way. So a student who is really keen on doing the digital marketing, they can cater to this also. If you are good with logical part, you are good with writing skill sets, you can present the things in the very visual way, so you can think of going for the digital marketing courses also. Investment banker, like I discussed earlier, so we can do the investment banking also. So the student who has done a BCom or who has done a 12th, they can directly go for the management, or you can do a MBA finance. So that is also the option available for the students. Whereas there is one of the institute in Delhi which have a 6 weeks dedicated course on the investment banking. So a student can take an admission to that institute, and the institute is really very well recognized, and they have a very industry curated curriculum for the investment banking field. So they make sure whichever the student are attending their courses, they make sure that they are at the par and they get placed. So this is really one of the good course which a student can think to go with. Even if student is not able to go to this institute and take the course, but definitely they can do an MBA finance and then they can move into the investment banking field. Economics, so the students who are really good with economics part and want to work in the field of economics, especially the Reserve Bank of India, they have a lot of posts where they recruit the economic student. So a student can study economics and then they can apply for the Reserve Bank of India positions, where they can work as the economist, or they can also work as the econometricians also. LLB is also again one of the other good career option, because corporates, they as per the laws of corporates, they need to have a lawyer in their organizations compulsory. So this has opened the doors for the students who has been aspiring from the law field to work in the corporate industry. So a student who thinks that they want to work in the corporate law, they can take up the BBA LLB course, which completely caters to management plus law. Or even if you had done a regular law degree program, you can take up CS and you can move into the corporate law sector also. So these are really good some career avenues that are coming, or those are there. Financial analyst, this is way of different again career option. Those students who are really good with numbers, those have good understanding of the market, logical reasoning, you understand how the market is moving, that is the vertical market, equity, shares and all this. So a student can think to go with the financial analyst part. So here again the student works kind of as an investment banker role only, okay, but you constantly keep on working with the data here. So that is the difference what the investment banker and the financial analyst have. So you present the whatever the market is going through in the data or graphical way, and then you come up with the strategies, what should be our next strategy considering the whatever is happening in the market. So you guide and you consult the organizations or corporates what should be their next step in order to meet the financial requirements. So these are
So yeah,
career.
Pratmesh, let me intervene here. Now, with your presentation, what I feel is gone are the days where the career choices were limited only to art, science, and commerce. Students are now having plethora of careers to choose from, and apart from the conversation on engineering, medicine, or accountant, or the students can actually look at into the diverse field which they can mark in. And of course there is no longer a worry about it that if you have scored little less, which has happened in last week's 12th result. We have seen that out of 12 lakhs 1,56,000 people have actually scored 90 plus, so there are rest of the people who have scored less. So with that comes a next point is people who have scored less, how can they get into the entry, or what is the cutoff that happens for the commerce thing? Leave apart the bigger university, I'm asking you about the generic courses, may it be a management course, may it be a CS, may it be a CA, LLB, or anything. What is the minimum cutoff that is required for the students for getting into these courses, either in the private or the government colleges?
Okay, so that's a really a good question, Suranda, you have brought here. So if we talk about the company secretary course, so for this, actually the student doesn't, there is no as such any percentage criteria for this to take an admission. So because this is run by the Indian Company Secretary Institute, so this is a professional certified program. So student can directly take an admission to this course. Talking about the management part, so it is expected that the student should have above 50% or at least 50%, even if he thinks to go to a college which is not that recognized but which falls under the medium level of colleges. So there also a student need to have minimum 50% of marks. Now institutes, they do have their even for the degree programs, they have their entrance exams, so student need to appear those entrance exams also. But currently, because of this pandemic situation, many of the uh, entrance exams have been cancelled. So considering their 12th marks, many of the institutes or the universities, they have started deciding to give the admissions on the basis of the performance of their 12th marks. So 50% is something that will be the minimum that all universities and institutes will have as a criteria to be scored in 12th. Even when it comes to the law, so ideally we have a CLAT examination, or the state, whichever the state is there. So some of the states, they do conduct their own entrance exam. So again here CLAT is being conducted, so those scores will be considered. But few of the state universities were not able to have their law entrance exam, so again they are considering the whatever the scores are scored in 12th grade, minimum 50% is something that everyone have the clause to have been scored in their 12th grade.
Well said, Prathamesh. In fact, last Sunday we were interacting with SRM University, UPES of the law, and other universities like wherein we were discussing about OP with them, OP Jindal also. They were mentioning that BBA has now got integrated courses, so that
Right.
means you can do BBA as well as MBA. Even Sharda University, we can look at the private universities which are following that. In fact, one of the thing which I would like to highlight is here is, some of the universities, like it could be Bennett University or some other renowned university, their curriculum is designed in consultation with the Johnson Cornell University of US, especially for the BBA students. So anyone who is aspiring for that, there is no entrance. Yes, it's based on the marks, and the cutoff marks is 55% for any curriculum wherever you want to do. There is a registration followed by that, wherein PI happens, that is personal interview, and you can get an admission directly into the colleges. Now, what that offer the private industry universities are offering is, one, the world class infrastructures. We have heard about OP Jindal, we have heard about Bennett University, which are there in the northern sphere of India, wherein these are the universities which are providing the best in class, and they very much focus on each semester. After the completion of each semester, they have to go undergo an internship, because as of the reports that are saying, that internship is something that will actually count on when the profile building is taking place. So Pratmesh, I would like to know, if someone is wants to follow a career as an investment banker, leave apart CS and CA, where we know there are particular institutes which are there. You also mentioned something about the financial analyst, that is CFA. Would you like to share or throw some light on this, that what is the CFA program, what is the eligibility, how the students can get into it, and what kind of skills people would be looking for?
Yes, sure. So, considering the industry, so what you have brought here, Bennett, as one of the good ranking university, it has come in management field, and also the plus point of these universities is that they have understood how the industry is moving, and as per that, they are changing their curriculums and their way of methodologies. So that is really a good part. Talking about financial analyst, a student who wants to get into this field, so a student who has completed his graduation, they can either go for MBA finance, or they can enroll directly to the CFA institute, that is ICFAI. We call it as Indian Institute of Chartered Financial Analyst. And a student once enroll here, so there is examinations, the level of examinations that he needs to qualify. So there are around 10 examinations that a student needs to qualify. Once you clear these examinations, so you could be playing the role as the major role in the corporates, like having the roles like as a CEO or a chief financial analyst person, or say chief financial operations person. So where you will be having a team of people who will be under you, and who will be doing the research, how the finance can be managed, and how the it could be circulated or regulated properly, so that corporates, they get a good gain from it, and the losses are bared on the minimal way. So that is what the financial analysts do. So here financial analysts, they just don't study about the economy of their own country, so like only of India, but they also study global markets. So accordingly, by study of the global markets, they decide what should be the strategies. So they have a planners. So a student who really is keen on making a career in financial analyst, as I said earlier, he needs to be good with the strategy part. He should be a good leader. He should be able to work in the teams. Then crunching data is something that he has to really good with it. So every time he has to look at the numbers and crunch it and make it minimal, because it should be presented in such a way that a lay person should be able to understand it very easily. So these are some of the skill sets that the student will be needing, and having a good observation skill sets, minute market study, that is really really very needed to be a successful financial analyst.
Perfect. So apart from this, apart from the investment banking, which is a traditional career, CS is a traditional career, chartered accountant, ICWA. Then we have one thing which is very emerging, that is actually, because
Yes.
actually are the right kind of people who actually tell you that what should be the premium, what should be the insurance coverage, because they actually analyze the so much of data. So plus you mentioned also about the capital market, the stock markets. Would you like to tell me that what are the, how can a person pursue their career in stock market? Is there any specific course, any college or any university which is offering, or they have to go traditionally from the BCom and other places?
Yes, so there are many career options again when it comes to the share market. Share market is something many students they don't think to make a career, because share market in many of the families in India is considered something that is not good. So, but there are really lucrative career options a student can really think of. So, a student who really aspire to make a career in this field, so usually the student do a BCom and then they go for the certificate courses which are offered by NISM, or a student can visit the SEBI's website, so stock exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange websites, and they have a different kind of a programs which a student can undertake. So earlier they were offering only certificate programs after the graduation or the diploma programs, but now they have come up with the degree programs also. So a student can take a BCom in stock market, or a student can also take a BBA in stock market. Whereas there are some colleges with whom the Bombay Stock Exchange have collaborated, or they have been started offering the courses. So there are few colleges to name, like Thakur College is there in Mumbai, which offers a degree program in stock market with BPA. So a student can think to get in there. Or if student thinks that okay, now he is in BCom but he is not able to move to the other city, or he wants to study from his place, so they have online programs also. So a student can explore those programs on their platform and see whichever is comfortable or which interests them, so they can take up those courses and certifications they can complete, and they can start working. So for an example, they have mutual funds understanding, because mutual fund is something right now everyone talks about. Then we have derivatives, then we have commodities, then we have equity. So a student feels that okay, I want to go with the mutual funds, then he can do the certification in the mutual funds, and then he can complete the course and can start working, which in the further slide I have mentioned about it, so we will be also going through with those.
Perfect. Please move ahead.
Yes. So there is one of the organization called as Association of International Wealth Management of India, which many of the students and people are not aware about it. So if you just visit this website, there are such a lucrative career options and such a new career options that they have, or the courses they offer, and which we have never heard. And these are very well, no, people who are needed in especially the private banking sector. So we can take any of the courses which we really think to go with. So for an example, here we will talk about credit research analyst first, so CCRA. So we all go to the banks to seek the loan for any kind of our needs, so right away from a personal loan to our home loans or business loans. So but we never give a thought that how these loans are being curated, how the tenure is decided, and how the your this one the EMI is decided, who does this, and how the eligibility is calculated. We never ever give a thought to this. So there is a professional person who do this all analysis and uh, creates the things of the loan, how they should be disbursed, and how, what should be the eligibility part. So all these parameters are studied and set by the credit research analyst. Especially the private banking sectors, they really look for these people and they really need these people. So a student completing his BCom, they can do these certificate programs, and the plus point of these certificate programs is that you don't have to move to any other city. So you can do these programs wherever you are, and then you get a certifications done and you can start looking for the jobs, or you get immediately once you do your certifications completion, the bank started to approach you. So these are some of the very good lucrative career options that I have put in my research. So certified alternative investment manager. So again here, what could be the alternative investment instruments to do? So we know, like in banks, we go for FD, we go for recurring deposit, or mutual fund is something now we know. But apart from these, what could be the other instruments where we can really invest? So there are n number of instruments if you just go through for investment part. So there are debentures, there are government bonds, there are international bonds, but we are not aware about it. So an alternative investment manager, he tries to look out those alternative parts of instruments and helps to do the investments in that perspective. Certified private banking manager, again, taking care of the bank's smooth functioning, and all this comes again here, not only with the finance but other parts also. Investment research analyst is again something interesting. Many students, they would be having a family business. So family business is something that many of our parents think that, okay, now we have this business, so why you are studying, so why don't you start the business with us only, or join our business? So here at times we don't feel like, okay, I want to study but I don't want to say no to my parents for their family business. So here very good career options or the courses are being offered, which a student who is having the family business, they can think to do such courses. So certificate in family business advising, how you can scale up the business, what should be the new strategies considering the new way of industry as moving. Then family office advising also, there are some courses which is really offered on the management level by the Mica Institute in Ahmedabad about the family business. So a student can really think of those courses also. It's same like an MBA. So it is like MBA in family business. So a student can think of these which will benefit them in taking to the next level and scaling up and coming up with the new ideas in the family business what they are having. Then last one is chartered data advisor. That is also one of the good course which student can think of. So as I discussed earlier, NISM is the organization or the body that offers the courses in the share market or the equity. The students who are really keen on doing the courses or making a career in this field. So you have different courses in different arenas. So like as I said, mutual fund is there, derivative is there, commodities, equity, merchant banking. Merchant banking is also something that is really needed, because in the market, not everything what the normal banking people do is works on that, but merchant banking is also very important, where the economy runs, or the uh, many people you must have heard about the forex part. So forex comes under the
In
merchant.
fact, there is a very interesting statistics that I can derive from Google right now. Almost 15,809 capital market vacancies are there as of now in Indeed, and over 31,000 career options, not career options, openings are there at present on Naukri.com, where the students can actually, see practically that what kind of openings do we have in the capital market. Yes, Pratnesh, as you have said, that parents are not very much interested in case if the students want to pursue their career in capital market. It is not like gambling, but yes, there is a lots of data, lots of things that is churning out, and when you're working especially with preparing the red herring prospect of the company, or you are doing something on the crunching of the analysis on the data, or you're working with the key management person, you can see the capital market is growing like anything. And most of us, if given a part-time thing, we would actually take up the stock market thing wherein we can make money. If you use your all senses and analytical and logical skills sensibly, yes, this market gives you a huge opportunity to make the money. And if you are a little careless, then the things are going back. But the statistics which shows that as of now, these are the jobs that are available. And there are jobs for the freshers also, who are the commerce graduates or someone who has passed out the 12th. So do have a look onto it and decide that what kind of careers would be required in case if you're a commerce student. Before taking up any of the course, I would suggest as an HR person, go to the job portal, have a look onto the commerce careers or the science careers or anything that you want to see, and see how many openings are there. What are they looking for? What is the thing that they are looking for? So that when you are actually asking any college about any of the course, you can ask sensible questions. Believe me, it's not the answers who make a person intelligent. It is the way how you ask the questions make you intelligent. So with this, let me go back to Pratmesh so that he can conclude his session, as the clock is clicking 6 o'clock and we have to conclude. So Pratmesh, your last inputs on this topic.
Yeah, so definitely what you highlighted, Sunanda, is absolutely true. And a friend of mine who works in the stock market, he tells me in SEBI, that is Bombay Stock Exchange, he tells me that there are so many youths that we see that they are not interested in the share market when we try to encourage them to get into this field. But actually, this is the field where a lot many things people get to do and learn, and their skill sets just develops like anything. So students really should think about it. Apart from this, this stock market field also takes you to the global, so you understand the global economies also. So that's what is about the stock market. So you can visit on the BSc website and you can just go through the academics and you can just check with them. So we have, as with this session, the students who are attending or the parents, whoever are there. So those who really want to have personal to personal career profiling part and career services. So we have a special offer on behalf of Career Arc. So where you will get a psychometric assessment plus counseling plus online uh, assistance. So 2,999 is the cost, but if you do the registration today, so you will get a discount of 20% plus 5% if you do registration by today itself. So the contact details are there, so you can drop us an email or you can just call us, and you can take the mentoring from us, from a curated career counselors.
Very well said, Pratmesh, and we will share your numbers and the details on all our to all of yours, so that in case if they want to take up the support today, as you are offering a lucrative discount on that, so please do
Yes.
so. Also, this is to people who are watching us right now on Facebook, as well as since it will be recorded and uploaded on the YouTube as well and on the multiple channels. In case if you have any doubts on the career mentoring part, NCCN offers, I would not say any paid services at this moment of time, but yes, NCCN offers, a free career mentoring in terms of where you get 5 to 10 minutes of the mentoring by an expert thing, including Pratmesh, you can get in touch with. And if you feel
Yes.
that yes, Pratmesh is really doing good as a career mentor, please book a complete session. So that gives you a window to test the hard waters. Yes, but it is limited only to 5 to 10 minutes, not beyond that, because free career mentoring, most of the time we see people start asking the personal questions which are not required. We are there to help you, to navigate you in the turbulent times, but we all are also professionals. You need to respect our profession. With this, I would like to thank Prathamesh for sharing beautiful insights on commerce stream. I'm sure students or the parents who have watched us today, they would have thought of that what kind of careers that commerce offers. As we have heard from Prathamesh, even for the students who want to pursue their family business, there is something which is there to offer them as a course. At the same time, I would like to inform you that Ahmedabad, there is an college which offers the BBA for the entrepreneurship to handle the family business. Also, there is something in Vadodara where BBA in transport management can be done, and this particular college is run by Indian Railways. So those of you who have received the Hindustan Times, Times of India today, they have actually advertised about this course thing. Otherwise, you can go to their website, and this is, since it is run by the Indian Railways, the opportunities of the job will directly land you up to the Indian Railway jobs. So as there are many other agencies which are coming up with the courses along with the colleges, so that the manpower can be absorbed there. And as you have said, Prathamesh, yes, Bennett University, OP Jindal, SRM, or we can talk about Shri Shri University. All of them, what they are doing is they are doing a customized courses so that they are making people industry ready. As we all know, the statistic of World Economic Forum has already said that only 33% of the people are employable. That doesn't mean that 67% are not employable, but yet there are no skills where the employability can generate. So before you decide onto the college, before you decide onto the course, you are going to invest too much of money on that. Please pay attention towards what our career coaches have said during the complete session. And if you feel that yes, we need to help you in any other way, please do leave a message on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, or on our website. We shall ensure that some of us is getting in touch with you and will clarify your career queries. Until then, please stay safe and stay healthy. Next week, we are coming up with a cyber security expert, Sushant Samudrala, who will be having a conversation with Joint Secretary of National Career Counselors Network, Kavita Rai, and they will be indulging about what exactly is the cyber security, whether it's legal, whether it's not legal in India, what is the institute which is doing. And you would have, before you come to the session, I would ask you to actually Google Ankit Fadia, who is the digital ambassador of India for the digital things, which are initiatives that is taken by India, and government of India, including Mr. Modi, has congratulated him for the kind of job that he is doing in the ethical hacking. So we'll meet you next week. Until then, stay safe, and please leave your comments on the comments box, either on the Zoom, either on Facebook, so that at least we get a dopamine shot from you. Thank you so much and take care. Thank you, Prathamesh.
Thank you. Thank you, Kavita. Thank you, Sunanda.
Ramesh.